I am currently smocking a dress for myself, and I figure my son is napping. I have time to smock, to kind of chill out, and this is just a fun time to have a little smock and talk and kind of just talk about creativity, creating as a mom, and smocking in general. I think it's something that people have been curious about, and I would love to just chit chat about it. So I invite you to grab something you're working on, or a cup of tea, coffee, whatever you like to enjoy, and create alongside of me. So I'm making this smocked collar. I've never done this before, so I'm a little nervous how it's going to turn out, because I already worked on this a little bit and I messed it up in some way. So this is actually my second attempt, but this time I think I'm going about it as I should. I called my mom and got some advice on what I should do, and I think I skipped a step the last time. So throughout this video, I'll probably be pausing to count my stitches to make sure I'm doing it correctly. It won't be perfect, but I'm pretty excited about how it's looking so far. So a lot of people have been asking me about smocking because I recently made my daughter her latest birthday dress, and I think when you see a pleating machine, which is this genius tool on how you can pleat fabric, you don't have to do it by hand, but it is a little jarring of like, I've never seen that tool before, or I never knew that was how that was done. But in reality, the pleater machine is a little newer. I mean, smocking goes back for centuries. It's not a new idea. And it was not always done by a machine. It's still something you do by hand. So you slowly insert the fabric into this tool and turn the knob on the side, and it pulls the fabric through and pleats it perfectly. It is genius. The person who came up with it is incredible. When I posted about it recently, a lot of people were like, my mom did that by hand. She pleated all of her fabric by hand. I never knew this tool existed. So I think it's fun to share those things that are an older practice that maybe a lot of people have memories of. I have a lot of memories of it because my mom smocked a lot of our clothes growing up, and by a lot, I mean basically all of them. And they're so special, and my daughter wears her creations now, and it is so fun to just see something that my mom made almost 30 years ago, seeing my daughter wear it. So a lot of people kind of say, like, why would you spend so much time on that? Why don't you just go down to the big box store and buy a dress that they can get dirty in? And I mean, we have lots of dresses like that too. I think of it in the way of I love to create. I love to make things with my hands. I don't think of my daughter better appreciate this, or she better not get this dirty, or she doesn't even know how many hours went into this. I don't think that's the reason why you would create something. Of course, it is a gift for someone, but I talk a lot about the process of creating, and that is what is just so fulfilling. And even just sitting here watching these stitches like come together to create a pattern is so rewarding. You're like, I want to keep going to see like how it continues to unfold, and you can see the human element of it, especially as technology continues to advance, which I'm thankful for. There's just nothing that really compares to something that is handmade, that was not just bought off Amazon and delivered to our door. I think a lot of people have asked, like, why would you spend so much time on something that your daughter's not going to appreciate? And I don't think of it that way, because I don't necessarily make something and hope she's going to appreciate all of the hours that went into it, because I can tell you, as I was a child, I didn't appreciate what my mom did, but now I'm 32 and I'm pulling out these dresses that she spent so much time on, and I see the love and the care that she put into it, and it might have taken 30 years for me to appreciate it. I'm so thankful that she did it anyways. She wasn't worried about if something got dirty or got a stain on it. She just created it. To look through. It's just so special. I love these so much. Wow. And I know how it was fulfilling for her, and she wasn't worried about if I was going to appreciate it or not. I think we can also think about the maker too, because this is so fulfilling for me. It's fulfilling to try something new, to learn a new craft, to have an idea and see it executed with my hands. And I think that's how God created me. He gave me the gift of creativity, of creating, of arts and crafts and working with my hands. And I want to use those gifts because it not only brings me joy, but it is a way of worship to God, the creator. And in these moments of creating, I've had so many just special moments of prayer and reflection, just being able to slow down in an age that is going so quickly and wanting you to buy the next thing and have something delivered immediately. It truly is like a treasure to be able to make something with your hands, and I understand that can't always be expressed in words, but you know, like when you get it, when you've made something with your hands, it's like, oh, I get it now. So I am currently trying my hand at gardening and it's going well. But for years we had this patch of, our backyard, and it was set up to be a garden. It had like the borders and the dirt, and it was of course overgrown, and people would say, this would be the perfect garden for you. And I would be like, yeah, but we kind of just want to tear it all out and, you know, start fresh. And last year, we actually had someone move into our apartment and they were like, "Can I turn this into a garden? It's perfect for a garden." And I was like, "Yeah, of course, like, go ahead." So he turned it into a garden, and it was like a spark came in my mind of like, oh, he saw something out of this land that I did not see, and it's been really cool to see him cultivate it. So since he has moved out and left us with a patch of a garden that is ready to be cultivated, so I've been working on that. And it was not my original idea, but it was something that now that I've been putting my hand to the garden, now that I've been tearing out those weeds and planting something new and talking to friends about gardening, I've had many times where I'm like, oh, I get it now. And I didn't get it before. Before I was like, gardening is for people that have everything kind of squared away. They know what they're doing and they have the perfect setup or the perfect land. And I've just found that's not the case. And it has brought me so much joy. And I haven't even reaped anything from the garden yet. I've not, you know, I've had a few flowers, which I'm very grateful for. And it's just brought so much joy to me and my daughter and our family. And it's been something for us to do together. And I have had so many moments of like, why did I not do this sooner? And I just think that's with creating. Like, you don't get it until you just stop and something clicks. And I think that a lot of times we're sitting on the sidelines thinking, I need this to be perfect before I start, or I could never make a dress like her. Or, I mean, I look at the things my mom made and like, she is incredible. Like what I've made, I've been doing this for a few years and I'm still not even half the seamstress she is. It's not about if it's like up to par or if it's what you want it to be. You have to start somewhere, and I'm so glad that I've continued learning smocking because I have so much I want to continue to grow in this. I can look at my stitches and be like, those are crooked, those are not perfect. But I have this quote that was written down by the designer Leanne Ford, and it says, "I'm not looking for perfect, I'm looking for special." And that is what I want to create in our home. I want our home to be a place that's not perfect, that has room to create. And I've been thinking lately about, since I have young kids, I, have read some things, some like studies and stuff, and I've just wanted to give them a childhood that's actual childhood based on playing and imagination and creativity. So a lot of people just say play is the work of a child, and that is something we've, aimed to cultivate in our home is play. And I feel like it just hit me the other day, like playing is my role too. And when did I grow out of that responsibility to play? Because even though I'm an adult with responsibilities and a family to care for, playing is still what unlocks that creativity. So if being creative is that block in my mind of I have to be creative today, I have to create something today, it can kind of be like a mental block. And so I've wanted to reframe it to myself of how I play today. Have I just picked up something and without an end goal? I wanted to see where it goes. And that is something that gardening has really helped me with, because I feel like most people that put their hands in dirt and you're just like, I feel like a kid again because I'm getting dirty. I don't care if I'm messy. I'm doing this hard work, but it feels so fun and productive to me. And I'm going to plant this seed and I don't know if it's going to grow. I don't know if the bunny's going to come get it. So it has felt just really playful and taught me a lot about creativity of I'm going to pick up this fabric, I'm going to pleat it, make some stitches, and we'll see where it goes. I'm going to play and try something new, and in that process I am being changed and I am being fulfilled and experiencing joy and just a rest that cannot come from scrolling on my phone, finding myself lost in a place of play, and that is just so rewarding. So maybe, I don't know, I would hope that would be encouraging to you of like, maybe if it's felt daunting to create something, just give yourself the challenge to play, to try something new, to not worry about what the end product's going to be quite yet. Just get familiar with playing, get familiar with pulling out paint, cutting the fabric, and trying again. I have just found so much joy in that small mindset shift. And it looks different for everyone, and it looks different every day. And I'm not worried about if someone's going to appreciate it like I am, because I think that's also the special thing about creating is there's something that is just for you. It's something that you don't have to relay to someone else because not everyone's going to understand. So in the spirit of play, I have really enjoyed making things lately, which I know is not surprising because my whole YouTube channel is about sewing. Sometimes when I have things to do and it's more for work and not necessarily for myself, it's not as fulfilling because I have to think about all of the filming and the steps and how to communicate something, and I'm not always lost in the process of sewing. But lately I've found myself creating something, forgetting to film it, and just being totally okay with that because I just love the process. I've been making sets of pajamas for myself. I just love a good pair of matching pajamas made out of good materials. Just returning to the joy of sewing. I think sewing in the sewing summer clothes are my favorite. I think this is my favorite season to sew. I'd be interested to hear what your favorite season for sewing is. I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked on my smocking here, so I might have to pause because I think I'm talking too much where I'm not being able to focus and get lost in this sewing process. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a zigzag pattern, and it may go on to create a diamond, or I may create just more zigzag patterns under it in a different color. We'll see what I decide to do. But as I'm going, I'm counting how many stitches I'm going up and then how many stitches I'm going down to create those peaks and valleys that create the zigzag pattern. So I'm kind of getting distracted as I'm talking, so I might have to kind of pause this, but I've enjoyed smocking and talking, just sharing this with you. I hope that it just nudges you to check off those things on your list, to pick up that project you've been wanting to work on, and to try something new, to play, pick up those things you loved to do as a kid, and unlock that part of you, because I know that it is so fulfilling. It's going to bring you a lot of joy, and not everything has to have utilitarian purposes. You can just make something for fun and that be the sole reason for it. So thank you for joining me today.